Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, December 31st, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Atlanta Hawks vs Cleveland Cavaliers. Atlanta is averaging 110.3 points per game. They scored 117 points in their last game, making 47.8% of their field goals and 42.3% of their three-pointers. Trae Young led the way for Atlanta with 26 points and 11 assists. Clint Capella finished with 18 points and 15 rebounds, while John D. Brown Jr. finished with 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Atlanta has struggled defensively, giving up 110.3 points per game. They gave up 131 points in their last game and will need a significantly better effort if they want to win this game. John Collins, Lou Williams, Danilo Gallinari, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Kevin Huerter, and Onyeka Okongwu are listed as questionable after landing on the COVID-19 list. The Cavs have been the superior ATS spread team, but with the injuries and players missing to protocol, we aren't seeing the same team Friday. The Cavs have done a great job playing big this year due to the play of Darius Garland and Ricky Rubio at point guard. Without either, the Cavs have a huge void in their lineup. Our first betting advice is to pick Atlanta Hawks +1. The Cavs are now down to Kevin Pangos, 1.5 PPG, 1.1 assists, the team's starting point guard. The Cavs are aware of the issue, and reports came out on Thursday that they are interested in acquiring Rajon Rondo from the Los Angeles Lakers. On Thursday, the Cavs were outscored in each of the first 3 quarters in the loss to Washington. Kevin Love scored 24 points and 11 rebounds, and Eric Mobley dropped 21 points in the loss. Due to the absence of Garland and Rubio, the Cavs saw a huge drop with Pangos playing 24 minutes and scoring 2 points on 1 of 8 shooting with 6 assists. Our second betting advice is to pick over the total. Quick reminder, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Toronto Raptors vs Los Angeles Clippers. The Toronto Raptors have been in a bit of a rut as they've lost 3 of their past 4 games overall, and they will be hoping to avoid a 3rd straight defeat after falling short to the 76ers in a 114-109 home loss on Tuesday. Pascal Siakam led the team with 28 points with 8 assists. Chris Boucher added a season-high 28 points with 19 rebounds on 10 of 14 shooting, while Gary Trent Jr. chipped in with 19 points and 7 assists. As a team, the Raptors shot 43% from the field and 15 of 41 from the three-point line as they rallied back from a 12-point fourth-quarter deficit, only to come up just short as the 76ers closed the game on an 8-2 run in the final 120 to snatch the game from them. Toronto is finally getting their rotation pieced back together as several players are set to come back out of the protocols. The Raptors still have had their issues slowing down teams, though they catch a break here in that regard facing a Clippers team without their 1-2 punch of Leonard and George. Law managed to manufacture enough offense to get a win over Boston Wednesday night, aided by the miserable perimeter shooting of the Celtics, and they look to build on that here. Our first betting advice is to pick Toronto Raptors. On the season, Toronto stands 21st in scoring offense as they put up an average of 106.4 points per game this season. The Raptors are 19th in rebounding with 44.4 boards a night, while they are 27th by dishing out an average of 21.7 assists a night. Toronto stands 12th in scoring defense as they allow an average of 106.7 points a night. Aga Anunoby is 3rd on the team with an average of 19.3 points plus 5.3 rebounds per game. Scotty Barnes, 15.6 points, 8.3 rebounds, Fred VanVleet, 20.1 points, 6.7 assists, Gary Trent Jr., 16.9 points, and Precious Achiuwa, 8.4 points, 8.1 rebounds, are solid offensive options this season. Pascal Siakam contributes 19.6 points, 7.5 rebounds and 3.9 assists per contest this season. Khem Birch, Goran Dragic, Svi Mykhailiuk, Chris Boucher, Delano Banton and Isaac Bonga are all looked at to help Nick Nurse's squad. The Raptors are 24th in the league in field goal percentage as they shoot 43.9% from the floor as a team. Toronto stands 21st by knocking down 11.7 three-pointers a night, while they are 21st in three-point field goal percentage as they sink 34.1% of their attempts on the season. Dragic, personal, has been out since November 13 with no timetable for return. Bonga and Champagny remain in the health and safety protocols, so keep an eye out for any updates. David Johnson, hamstring, remains out for the Raptors. Our second betting advice is to pick over the total. San Antonio Spurs vs Memphis Grizzlies. In their last game, the Spurs lost 110-104 to the Utah Jazz. The Spurs were only able to get to the foul line 9 times in the game. That is a number that is unheard of in today's NBA. They were also out-rebounded by 11 and allowed the Jazz to get to the foul line 30 times. Derek White led the Spurs with 21 points on 8-16 shooting while dishing out 8 assists. They will need much more to defeat the Grizzlies on the road. Memphis comes into this game favored by 6 points, but the well-rested Spurs should have an edge in this matchup. The Grizzlies are coming off of an emotional comeback win against the Lakers. Meanwhile, San Antonio has had 3 full days of rest following its postponement versus the Heat, which should help them open up this road trip with a spirited performance. The Spurs are also coming off of a hard-fought loss versus the Utah Jazz, so look for them to bounce back in this spot. In their last game, a 104-99 victory over the Lakers, Ja Morant was superb. Morant shot 6-7 from deep on his way to 41 points. He also grabbed 10 boards while picking up 2 steals and 2 blocks. Desmond Bane continued his strong second-year campaign as he shot 6-18 and scored 20 points. With 4 minutes left in the third, the Grizzlies trailed 80-66 but were determined to get back in the game in the fourth and ultimately got the win. They will look to continue riding the momentum into Friday's contest. Our first betting advice is to pick San Antonio Spurs +6. Bane has been among the biggest reasons for the Grizzlies' success this season. After breaking out as a rookie in 2021, Bane has flashed improvement on offense this season, becoming more than just a three-point shooter. The 23-year-old is averaging a healthy 17.3 points per game after averaging 9.2 points per game as a rookie. Perhaps even more impressive, Bane has shot 46.7% shooting from the field and 42.0% shooting from three-point range, along with a blistering 94.1% from the free throw line this season. According to dunksandthrees.com, Memphis ranks 9th in the NBA with an adjusted +2.0 net rating through 36 games. The Grizzlies rank 7th in the league with an adjusted 111.8 offensive rating and 18th in the NBA with an adjusted 109.8 mark on the defensive end of the floor. Again, according to dunksandthrees.com, San Antonio has played much better than its overall record might indicate. Despite owning a disappointing 14-19 record in 33 games, it ranks 10th in the NBA with an adjusted +1.6 net rating during that span. The Spurs also rank 9th in the league with an adjusted 111.4 offensive rating and 16th in the NBA with an adjusted 109.7 mark on the defensive end of the floor. Our second betting advice is to pick over the total.